A major winter storm is coming to an end tonight in mid-Missouri, but not before dropping 11 inches of snow.
How your morning commute will look tomorrow. We're live from I-70.
And crews will be out all night in Jefferson City trying to clean up the roads. KOMU 8 at 9 starts right now.
Live from Studio 8A. Coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 9.
Snow hit hard today. It left loads of mid-Missourians stuck in the streets and stuck at home. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reek.
And I'm Allie Hines. 160 schools closed, plus the universities and businesses shut their doors. Tomorrow will be a day of cleaning up after winter storm caused some serious accumulation. The snow really piled up. Here's a look at how much snow Mid-Mo saw. KOMU 8's chief weathercaster Dave Schmidt is here with the latest on the winter storm.
Well, thank you, Allie. It looks like much of it is wrapping up, as we mentioned, but as you take a look at the snow that was over Kansas earlier that we were kind of wondering about, now that is in northern Missouri and not dropping much, just a little bit of light precipitation out there. Here's kind of reinforcement of that fact. If you see anything at all, it's probably going to be just very light snow or snow flurries and maybe even just a little bit of sleet. Looking at 27 degrees for the present temperature, 29 in Jefferson City, 28 over in Versailles. And as we take a look at that forecast, what we're expecting for the day tomorrow, it looks like we're going to be mostly on the cloudy side, and we'll have a high temperature pretty close to the freezing mark at 30 degrees. Well, MoDOT officially closed a stretch of I-70 near the US 63 interchange after traffic was at a standstill for hours. But it's looking a little better on I-70 right now. KOMU 8's Dan Kennedy joins us live from the Interstate 70 and 63 interchange.
Thanks, Dave. You and I were talking not too long ago about how tricky of a task it was to navigate some of these roads today. Well, I can tell you it's gotten a lot easier. I'm here at I-70 in the 63 connector where at 3 o'clock this afternoon, MoDOT crews actually shut down all 4 lanes of traffic to help clear the road, get snow and ice off, and to help get some of these stranded cars off the roads. Now, at 3 o'clock, they said it would only last 2 hours. Ended up lasting 5. At 8 o'clock, they reopened these 4 lanes. And this isn't just in Columbia. I want to show you some video from Kansas City this afternoon where it was very much the same story. Cars overturned, in ditches, stuck in the middle of the interstate. Kind of what we saw here in Columbia today. And of course, tomorrow on KOMU 8 News Today, be sure to tune in for the latest on road closures and school closings before you head out on your morning commute. That's it from I-70. I'm going to send it over to my colleague now, Danny Spiewak, who's in one Columbia neighborhood with more on the side streets tonight. Hey, Danny.
Of all the places in Columbia right now, this actually might be the very worst spot. This is Providence Road. My photographer James Palmer and I counted in 1 mile stretch here on Providence, there are 11 cars that are either stalled or abandoned, or people had to jump ship and get home safely and leave them here. You can see 3 of them behind me here. But we've been driving around town for about an hour or 2 hours. We went east, west, south, north. We went everywhere, and we saw that the roads are getting better. And Columbia Public Works does tell us that by tomorrow morning, they should have a lot of the secondary roads cleared as well. But a lot of the main roads are okay right now to drive on. We did see an 18-wheeler getting towed on Stadium. A lot of hills are problem spots, but things do appear to be getting at least a little bit better here in Columbia. So reporting live in Columbia, Danny Spiewak, KOMU 8 News.
Thanks, Danny. Take a look at this. It's a map from MoDOT of all the roads in the state. There's still a lot of purple out there, meaning tons of roads are still covered in snow.
Jefferson City didn't get as much snow as Columbia, but that doesn't mean the streets aren't covered tonight. KOMU 8's Courtney Kincaid is live in the capital city with details on your morning commute. Courtney?
I'm here at the Jefferson City Public Works site where right behind me you can see that there are snow plows that are coming in and out all night to get more salt. Now with more than 24 plows on the road, you can only imagine how busy this is. Jefferson City ended up getting about 7 inches of snow, and then the snow stopped around close to 4:30. But after 4:30, it turned into drizzle and sleet. I spoke with the Director of Operations for Jefferson City Public Works, and he told me the crews will have the roads ready for tomorrow morning's work commute.
We have our full crews out. We have 24 drivers out, and they're working on all our streets. They've been concentrating on the main roads up to now, but have been moving into the subdivisions as they get those clear. We're going to stay 24 hours worth of operations. We'll work all the way through the night. We'll have relay crews come in, but then we'll come back up to full strength about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning so that we can hit those roads again one more time before the morning commute.
Now, as the night continues, the crews will work in all subdivisions for the morning school buses and traffic. Britt Smith said ice is always an issue, but they're thankful temperatures are not supposed to get too low tonight. Reporting in Jefferson City, Courtney Kincaid, KOMU 8 News.
Well, many Mid-Missourians enjoyed their day off. Others didn't have that luxury.
KOMU 8's Elisa Joni is live along Highway 63 with a look at how one business gets busier as the snow gets higher.
Jim and Allie, if you were to drive down Highway 63 right now, you would most likely encounter a lot of cars that look exactly like this one behind me. Cars that are stuck in ditches or even abandoned on the side of the highway because they can't get out due to these high snow accumulations. But for those that have been stranded throughout the day, one local company is doing all they can to get those drivers and their vehicles home safe. Travis Foote is a tow truck driver for Tiger Towing in Columbia. Being from California, he says driving in the snow is fairly new to him. But even though this is a lot of snow, it doesn't compare to the infamous snowpocalypse.
No, the one that they had a few years ago was pretty crazy.
Foote says Tiger Towing made the decision earlier today to just tow cars within city limits.
It's just outside of town is just too messed up right now. I mean, more than likely they haven't done any of the roads, and we can't really risk getting one of our trucks stuck. It's a whole nother issue trying to pull out a giant tow truck stuck in the snow or something.
Foote says the calls that come in are often predictable.
Mostly smaller cars. I haven't towed one four-wheel drive. Well, I towed a Cadillac Escalade earlier.
And he says he always has advice for those who think they're brave enough to weather the storm.
Be prepared for it. Think ahead. I mean, if you have a little Honda that doesn't have good tires, don't try to go out in the snow or something because you're just going to get stuck. Just use common sense. Safe.
Right.
Drive safe.
Foote says he was personally called out about 7 to 8 times today to either do a simple tow or pull cars out of ditches. He says he urges anybody that may have left their cars along the highway to get them towed or get them moved as soon as possible because law enforcement will impound any cars that are along the side of the highways. Reporting live in Columbia, Elisa Joni, KOMU 8 News.
Probably not your first choice in a rescue vehicle.
Probably not, but this bus made the rounds today, saving those who got stuck. Plus, the rest of the Midwest didn't escape this winter storm either. That's a little late.
And I'm still seeing a few flakes flying around out there, but I think the worst is over. We'll check that forecast next on KOMU 8 News at 9.